For 2022, Citizen announced and released a number of new dive watches. They upgraded some dive watches and they revived a few dive watches as well. One of those was the Orca. Today I have a special edition Orca to show you guys. It's in full black. It comes with some special packaging and I'm very excited to show you guys. So let's flip the camera and take a look at the new special edition Orca from Citizen. All right, so today we have a really cool watch. It is a Citizen Promaster. This is the Orca Special Edition. So this is a PVD coated edition of the new Orca, which was recently announced. I got to preview this a little while ago. It was a non-functioning version, but I was very excited about this watch. It is an eco drive, so it is a quartz. Technically, it's an eco drive, so it is a solar powered watch that is powered by any light. So even the lights in this studio are now powering this watch, which is pretty cool. This is a special edition. There are two different types of these watches right now, a special edition and a standard edition. The standard edition comes in that dive tank that normal Citizen Promasters come in. It's really nice packaging, actually. Looks like an oxygen tank. This is the special edition. So here's the hang tag, gives you the price on here. Then the little booklet here to register your watch. But you get this flashlight, which I believe is waterproof. There's a little silicone slab here for whatever reason to protect everything below it. And they even give you batteries, which is pretty funny. They don't really have to do that. But here's the flashlight. It's actually very heavy. You get a cord with it. It's made out of metal, and I guess this is different levels of, I'm not going to put the batteries in. It's not my watch. This was lent to the channel by Citizen, so I don't want to actually use it. But here is the watch. This is what we're here for, but it's a pretty cool special edition. The box is really nice. It even has a gasket here. I don't know if it's actually waterproof, but you do get these little latches here that close. There's a handle on it. It's pretty damn big, but it's pretty cool. So as I mentioned, there are a few different versions of this watch. This is the special edition, so it is PVD coated. There's a standard edition. The standard edition is in stainless steel, and I believe that the stainless steel gets a black dial or a blue dial. And the reason why this is called the Orca is because of, obviously, its resemblance to an Orca. You can see they actually put an Orca on the back of the case back, and it's black, it's white, it has those shapes, and they sort of mimic that look through the indices on the dial and also through the bezel. So you have these little areas that sort of jut out over the bezel. There's an insert in the bezel. That is not lume, but there is lume in that pip. And then all of those large indices are filled with lume. Then you get these big arrow hands for the hour and minute. Those are filled with lume, and then you get the second hand, which has sort of a double lollipop. So there's a lollipop counterbalance, and then of course a lollipop on the second hand there. That is all lumed as well. I believe both sides are lumed. It just says Citizen below the 12 o'clock index. Then above the 6 o'clock index, it just says Eco Drive. It has the Promaster arrow. And then below that, it just says Divers 200 meters. That's it. So this is a true dive watch. This is a watch that you definitely can use for diving. Let's go through some of the measurements. This is not a small watch, but it has like an integrated bracelet feel and look about it. So it's almost 46 millimeters, the case itself. It is Eco Drive, so it is powered by any light. So it's not incredibly thick, but it's not thin. 200 meter dive watch, 14.6 millimeters thick, considering it's a quartz, on the thicker side. Small crown, 5.8 millimeters. I wish this was a little bit bigger of a crown on here. The lug to lug on the strap, obviously the effective lug to lug is going to be big. It's going to be 55.7. But if you actually measure it at the case measurement is only 48.8 because this wears almost as wide as it does long. And that's because it has such a round case to it, as you can see. The strap on here is a really nice silicone strap that again is fitted to the case, as you can see. And you do have a screwed-in case back, screwed-in crown. And I really love this enameled Orca on here. White and black, they do a really good job. This is nice. This is something that you don't see on a lot of watches. And I review a lot of watches. I think they did a great job on the case back. It's unfortunate no one else really gets to see it except for you. And then you get a big milled buckle. It is signed Citizen right there. A lot of special little details on this watch, especially the indices, which is something that is not really that typical. And you do get a date at the 3 o'clock position. There is a little surround around that date. Now, I don't know if the indices are actually applied or if they're embossed into the dial. I'll do close-ups so you guys can see. You could make that judgment for yourself. You do get a chapter ring, the 12 o'clock index, and of course the bezel. Everything lines up perfectly. Citizen, do a good job with this. Seiko, take note. I always say that when I do a video for Citizen, because obviously Citizen get this right on every watch. I have never had a watch of theirs be misaligned. It says a lot, and most of the watches that I actually review here on my channel for Seiko have some sort of QC issue. I've looked this watch over and I have not found a QC issue at all. And that is really awesome, considering this is a $575 watch. This is the special edition, so it's $575. You're getting the upgraded packaging, and you get the DLC coating, or the PVD coating, excuse me. Whereas the standard edition is $475, and you're getting a professional dive watch for that price. Not too bad, in my opinion. Anyway, very quickly, let me show you the watch that I have on my wrist, and then we will do a quick Lume shot and then wrap up the video. So today I have a pretty cool watch on. It is black PVD coated as well. And this is a Heuer. It's a vintage Heuer 510-501. This is a watch that I just recently purchased, and I got a phenomenal price on this watch, and I mean phenomenal. Just going to do a video about it very, very soon. I'm really excited about that watch, if you couldn't tell, but it is pretty exciting. So here is the Orca special edition on my 7.5 inch wrist, and you can see the strap is very, very long, so you could wear this with a wetsuit. They give you 2 keepers, and there's sort of like a taper to the strap there. Everything fits really nice. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 46 millimeter watch, but it doesn't wear very, very large because the lug to lug, not very long, and obviously the strap tapers to the wrist. There is a little ridge in the strap just for sort of a detail, I guess, which looks pretty cool. It looks like a professional dive watch on my wrist, and it feels like one. It's not very heavy either, but it's not light, so it's actually pretty nice. There is a mineral crystal on this, and I'm not sure why they went with the mineral crystal, because most Citizen watches have been moving over to sapphire crystal. It is domed. You do get the added protection for the jut outs on the bezel, but I'm not sure why they went with the mineral crystal. Very quickly, let me do the bezel action, and then we will do a Lume shot. So the bezel on here is actually pretty good. It's a 60 click bezel, so it's a little bit strange, but definitely feels very good. And everything, like I said, lines up perfectly. I think I overshot there, but everything does line up perfectly. And it feels really good. Sounds pretty good as well. It has that PVD coating, so it sounds a little bit different from just the stainless steel version, which I was able to experience when I visited Citizen, but pretty damn awesome. Anyway, very quickly, a Lume shot, and then we'll wrap up the video. Citizen also give Seiko a run for their money on Lume. Look at this. Bicolored Lume. You have sort of greenish Lume on the hands, and then bluish on the indices, and then you get the pip here that's also in that greenish tone. Double lumed second hand, so you have the lollipop and then the counterbalance also lumed. Really good. Phenomenal lume on here, as bright as Luma Bright, and that is saying something because this is pretty damn bright and it's actually very liberally applied. Anyway, tell me guys, what do you think about this watch down in the comments below? What do you think of Citizen? I really am excited about what Citizen are doing. They're offering high quality watches without the QC issues. They're really taking on Seiko, and they're going to beat them if they continue in this direction. I think Seiko have a lot of people doubting them right now because of their issues. I have seen many Seiko here on my channel. Almost every single one has a QC issue. I own Seikos with QC issues, and it sucks. People go crazy over it. and it's part of owning a Seiko now. It's become a joke now in the industry, and it's a shame because they do make awesome watches. Here we go. It's Citizen's opportunity to take some customers away from Seiko, and I welcome it. I really do. And I will own a Citizen in the very near future. Anyway, tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.